Good morning, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jets Show. And today I'm going to be talking about every single player the New York Jets have met with in the draft process this year. So without any hesitation, let's get it started. So before we begin today's video, I want to talk about two things. Number one, Bilal Powell retired yesterday, and he signed a one-day contract with the New York Jets. So congratulations to Bilal Powell for retiring with the Jets. He played with us for 9 seasons, was fantastic in every single one of them, and glad he's going to be a Jet for life. So congratulations on your retirement, Bilal Powell. And then the New York Jets coach one of the teams at the Senior Bowl. So if there are some players that you wish we would have met with and didn't, it might have been because we coached them at the Senior Bowl. For instance, we didn't meet with Jalen Petrie. I know he's a player a lot of Jets fans want, including myself. But we did coach him at the Senior Bowl, so that might be a reason to why we didn't meet with him. So now let's talk about the visits. So we met with quarterback Malik Willis from Liberty and Jack Cohn from Notre Dame. We met with both of these players at the Combine. Now, before you panic, no, we're not going to be replacing Zach Wilson with Malik Willis. I'm pretty sure most teams, if not all, met with Malik Willis, and I feel like we met with Jack Cohn in case either Mike White or Joe Flacco didn't resign it. Both of them did, so I don't feel like a quarterback is going to be added during this year's draft process. And then at the running back position, the Jets met with B.J. Baylor from Oregon State and Pierre Strong Jr. from South Dakota State. Both of those meetings were virtual. Really like Pierre Strong Jr.'s game. He had 4 awesome seasons at South Dakota State. He's very fast, shifty, and has really good change of direction. And there's been a lot of FCS running backs balling out in the NFL as of late. Austin Eckler, James Robinson. Maybe Pierre Strong Jr. could be the next one. And then at wide receiver, the New York Jets met with Treylon Burks, Drake London, Jamerson Williams, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Taysir Mack, Bo Melton, George Pickens, and Jahan Dotson. Now, the New York Jets met with Burks, London, Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Taysir Mack on top 30 visits. The New York Jets actually met with Treylon Burks a total of 3 times. We brought him in for 2 in-person visits, and as well, we had a combine meeting with him as well. I want to say it's 2 in-person visits. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if we didn't have 2, we definitely had 1 visit with Treylon Burks in person. Now, for those who do not know who Taysir Mack is, he's a wide receiver from Pittsburgh. Had solid stats with him. He was one of Kenny Pickett's favorite targets, but he's probably not going to be drafted. He did meet with a lot of teams and could be a priority, target for the New York Jets as an undrafted free agent. Bo Melton met with the New York Jets at the local workout day, and George Pickens and Jahan Dotson met with the Jets at the Combine. And then at tight end, the New York Jets met with Isaiah Likely from Coastal Carolina, Jeremy Ruckert from Ohio State, Trey McBride from Colorado State, and Jalen Wademeyer from Texas A&M. We met with Likely the most. We had both a top 30 visit with Likely, the only tight end we had a top 30 visit with, and we also met with him at the Combine. We met with Ruckert at the Combine as well. McBride had a virtual meeting with the Jets, and Wademeyer had a scheduled meeting with the New York Jets, so I'm assuming we met with him. Not sure if it was virtual or in person, but we did apparently meet with him. Don't know what the meeting went through, but it most likely did. And then at the offensive line position, the New York Jets met with Ikem Ekwonu, tackle from NC State, Evan Neal, tackle from Alabama, and Tyler Smith, tackle from Tulsa. And then we also, of course, we met with Charles Cross as well, tackle from Mississippi State. And then we met with 3 centers, Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa, Michael Maletti, center from Missouri, and Cam Jurgens, center from Nebraska. Now, we met with Ikem Ekwonu more than any other offensive lineman in this year's drafting process. We had both a top 30 visit with Ikem and a combine visit. We had a top 30 visit with Evan Neal. We had a workout with Tyler Smith. We were supposed to have a visit with him. He couldn't, go to the visit. Too many teams were, wanting to visit with him, so he had to decline some. He declined the New York Jets, but he did have a workout for them. And then Charles Cross said at his pro day that he spoke with pretty much every single NFL team, but he spoke with the Jets and Giants the most. Linderbaum we met with at the Combine. Michael Maletti had a workout with the Jets, and then Cam Jurgens met with the Jets at his pro day. And then at the defensive tackle position, the New York Jets met with Julius Turner, defensive tackle from Rutgers, Devontae Wyatt, DT from Georgia, Perion Winfrey, DT from Oklahoma, and Demetrius Taylor, defensive tackle from Appalachian State. The New York Jets met with Julius Turner at their local prospect day. We met with Devontae Wyatt and Perion Winfrey in a top 30 meeting, and Demetrius Taylor met with the New York Jets in a virtual meeting. And then for the edge rushers, we met with Kayvon Thibodeaux, Aiden Hutchinson, George Karlaftis, Jermaine Johnson, Trayvon Walker, and Jesse Luketa. Jesse Luketa's from Penn State. We had the most meetings with Kayvon Thibodeaux. We met with him both at the Combine, at his pro day, and we had a top 30 visit with Thibodeaux. We had 2 visits with Aiden Hutchinson. We met with him at the Combine and at a top 30 visit. We had 2 visits with George Karlaftis as well, but didn't invite him to the crib for a top 30 visit. We met with him at the Combine and at his pro day. Jermaine Johnson had a top 30 visit, and so did Trayvon Walker, and so did Jesse Luketa. At the linebacker position, the New York Jets met with Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean, Brandon Smith from Penn State, and safety/linebacker Tariq Carpenter from Georgia Tech. Now, Carpenter was at the Senior Bowl, and the Jets asked the Senior Bowl people to move his position to linebacker because we felt like he would fit that mold more. Now, the Jets have added 3 total safety linebacker hybrids since Joe Douglas became the Jets general manager. We drafted both Hasbin Azudine and Jamie Sherwood in last year's draft, and very recently we signed Marcel Harris from San Francisco. So the New York Jets like the safety/linebacker hybrids, and if the workout went well, we could see Tariq Carpenter ending up becoming a Jet. But Brandon Smith had a private meeting with the Jets, and Nakobe Dean and Devin Lloyd both met with the Jets at the Combine. And then for our final position, defensive back. So we met with cornerback Deron Bland from Fresno State, safety Percy Butler from University of Louisiana at Lafayette, Jalen Watson, cornerback from Washington State, Will Allen, cornerback from Columbia, safety Lewis Sine from Georgia, cornerback Derek Stingley from the Louisiana State University, Sauce Gardner from University of Cincinnati, Leonard Johnson from Duke, and UTSA cornerback Tariq Woolen. Now, the New York Jets had a top 30 visit with Deron Bland, Percy Butler, Lewis Sine, Derek Stingley, and Sauce Gardner. We met with Leonard Johnson at his pro day. We met with Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner twice, both at the Combine and in a top 30 visit. Tariq Woolen had a virtual visit with the Jets, and so did Jalen Watson, and Will Allen had a workout for the Jets. So that is everyone the New York Jets have met with in the drafting process. The players that stuck out the most, or that we met with the most, were Treylon Burks and Kayvon Thibodeaux. We met with Burks 3 times. Want to say it was 3 times, and Kayvon Thibodeaux 3 times as well. A lot of people don't think Burks is going to be a top 10 pick. Personally, he's my wide receiver number 1. A lot of people don't get it. I mean, hey, this draft class is filled with a lot of wide receiver talent, and there's no clear wide receiver number 1. Burks is my wide receiver number 1. It's my opinion, and it might be Joe Douglas's as well. But even if we didn't have 2 in-person meetings with Burks, we still met with him the most out of any receiver prospect. So that is something to, hang your hat on. And there has been a lot of, rumors going around saying the Jets are going to be selecting Jermaine Johnson at 4. Don't know if they're saying that because they're saying Jermaine Johnson might be selected if Kayvon Thibodeaux is not there, or they're saying he's going to be selected over Kayvon Thibodeaux. But we did have 3 meetings with Kayvon Thibodeaux, so, I mean, hey, we probably have a lot of interest in this guy. But is there any players that you wanted the Jets to meet with and we didn't? Of course, we might have met with them at the Senior Bowl, and the Senior Bowl rosters will be linked down below. But if you enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting the subscribe and like button. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at @Jude_Jets for more content. You can also check me out on Let's Talk Sports, writing some Jets articles for them, appearing on some of the Jets podcasts. Thursday for the draft with the number 10th overall pick, I will be on Sports Buffoon's channel. Make sure you guys watch that live stream. They have a lot of great people at Sports Buffoons as well, so make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel too. And that's all I got for you guys, but I'm your host, Jet, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.